Well guys, I'm sure by now you've all heard about the reports an immigrant got stab happy in Dublin yesterday, targeting women and children like a coward, which left 5 in hospital. This then spurred the people of Dublin to take to the streets for a bit of mostly peaceful protesting that instantly got called far right by the scum media. This despite the same media tosspots promoting diverse riots that caused 10 times more damage during the BLM bullshit, remember. Now, while I don't agree with fucking up your own country over anything, I can see why people are angry, but those who looted shops, I've got to say, are bloody pond scum. They've used a heinous crime against children as an excuse to rob local shops, which in my book is pretty bloody low. This was all caught on camera by various people and even included immigrants taking part in it, which tells you just how far right the looting actually was.
And you're in robbing the place. What? I use all doctors and engineers. There you say, folks. Look who's robbing the clothes. Don't get in my face, I'll crack your jaw wide open. Three kids stabbed, 3 bodies stabbed, 3 Irish bodies. You don't rob shops, don't rob fucking shops. Okay, there you are.
Anyway, the actions after the stabbing itself will be covered by 100 other people, so in this one here we're going to focus on the media running damage control for the scumbag who did it, all to defend immigrants, and in particular it was the BBC here. Yeah, in what shocks no one, the BBC are already doing their best to claim it wasn't an immigrant who did it and instead was an Irish man. Unfortunately, while trying to do this, they gave away their own bullshit and actually made it much worse by doing so. Listen to this.
Sources have indicated to the BBC that the man suspected of carrying out the stabbings at the school is an Irish citizen who has lived in the country for 20 years.
Yeah, guys, an unnamed source told the BBC that it's not an immigrant but an Irish citizen who's lived in the country for 20 years, which to anyone with half a brain cell means an immigrant who moved there 20 years ago. This the BBC clearly thought was a way to stop people blaming migrants for it, but obviously didn't realise they're essentially proving that immigration has failed. I mean, if the guy moved to Ireland 20 years ago and has now decided to stab women and children, I would say integration failed miserably, wouldn't you? Shit, it seems the BBC are also saying that without actually noticing it's what they're saying, because it honestly shocked me when I heard the reporter come out with it. Of course, I should also call out the fact that the BBC are trying to use the Irish citizen part to stop people looking further into it, because remember, being a citizen of a Western country now literally means nothing. It doesn't mean you are from that country or hold any sort of loyalty to it. This we literally see daily in Britain. No, citizenship is like antidepressants in 2023, with the government ready to hand it out like fucking Smarties, as my video showed yesterday. Now, yes, I do know that most immigrants who move to countries don't charge around knifing people up, and that's before any idiot says it. But that doesn't change the fact that some of them do it, and actions need to be taken against it, and I mean bloody yesterday. Yeah, you might be called far right for not wanting kids to be knifed in the street by the media, but shit, they can call me Hitler, cause I'll always be against that, as I'm sure most people will. Oh, and every politician who's allowed this shit and let these people in should be arrested and charged as an accessory to multiple attempted murders. Maybe then politicians would think twice about letting them in future. In fact, I'm just waiting for some wanker to say don't look back in anger, or maybe the tried and tested mental health excuse. That way I can tell them to swiftly fuck off.
Pandemic.
Where